In this video, we're going to look at knowing when to put the end view on the right of the elevation or on the left of the elevation, and also what hidden detail is and how to use it. So first of all, we're going to go back and have a look at this diagram here, talking about where orthographic projection comes from, because this is important as to why the end view goes on one side rather than the other. So when we're looking at our chair here, we can see that to get our elevation on our plan, we project from A here through the chair onto the wall here for the elevation, and from C here down through the chair onto the ground for the plan. And then what you'll see here is that for the end view, we're looking from B in at this direction, from B, and it's projected onto this wall. So if you notice here, this person, if you're looking at the chair, is on the left, okay, of the chair when you're standing at the elevation, and you'll see that it's projected onto the right of the chair. Okay, so if you're standing here, this is what it's all about: standing at your elevation. You're the person where you're looking from over here for your end view is on the left hand side of this person, but is projected through the chair onto the right hand side, so onto the right plane over here. Okay, so what happens then is that when all this gets folded out, is that the end view, even though we were looking from the left hand side, ends up being over here on the right, okay, of the elevation. Okay, so even though we were looking at it from over in this direction, over on the left, it ends up being over on the right because of the way that it has been projected. Okay, now that's an important concept, because if it was on the other side, then it means that if the person is on the right hand side, then the end view is going to be on the left. Okay, because it's always going to be on the opposite side. So then in our example here that we looked at the last day, we had our elevation from A, okay, then we had our plan looking from above, and we had our end view from B. So B here was on the left, okay, if you're the person here looking at the elevation, which meant that when we came down to the actual view down here, the end view ended up being on the right, okay, because it would have been projected through onto the plane that would have been over here, and means that it goes on the right. So the person is looking from the left, it ended up on the right. Okay. If we now go and have a look at an example where it's the other way around, in this view, what we have here is this time our elevation is from A. Okay, so our person looking at our elevation is over here, looking from A. And this time, our end view here would be on that person's right. Okay, so be on the right hand side of that person. Now, what you would have then is that this would be projected onto a wall that would be over on this side. So it would be projected over to here, which would be this person's left. Okay, so you're looking from the right, it projects through, and you end up over here on the left for your end view, which means that your end view goes over here on the left this time. Okay, so again, it's all about where the end view is looking from when the person is standing at the elevation. So this is looking from the right, which means that your end view goes on the left. If you were looking from the left, like in the other ones, then the end view would be on your right. And that's always how you know which side your end view goes on, or your end elevation, as I have it here in the book. Now, it's important to figure that out at the very start to make sure that you have enough room on your page to draw your end view in. So what can happen sometimes is, if you don't look at that, is people can draw their elevation in their plan all the way over to the left hand side of their page and not leave any room for their end elevation or end view. So you need to make sure that you leave that space. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is this line here. So this line here is what's called hidden detail. So that line there is called hidden detail. And what that means is that it's part of the shape, but you can't see it. So let's just write this in so we have it written down. So hidden detail. Okay, so what this is just getting at is that if you're looking for this hidden detail, if you're looking from the end view here, so you're looking in this direction at your end view, okay, and what you have is that you can see this face and you can see this face, okay? But what you have is at the back of that is you have this shelf here, okay? So you have the shelf at the back, which this is in the way of. So you can't, because you're standing here, you can't see through the shape. So when you're looking through this, you can see, or looking at this, you can see this bottom one and you can see this top one, but you can't see what's going on in the back there. And that's where the hidden detail comes in. So what's happened here is that they put in this dashed line to show us this. So really what you're looking at is, if I was to put it in here, you have this shelf here, which would be going roughly there, okay? That is being shown in the end view with your hidden detail line coming across here, okay? So those red lines there, when you're looking in this direction, you can't actually see them, but they are there, so the hidden detail is put in. And what hidden detail just looks like is, it just looks like a dashed line. Now, the length of those lines doesn't matter so long as they're pretty consistent, okay? So a hidden detail line would be something like just lines going across like this, along the line where the thing is that you're looking at, and that shows your hidden detail, okay? And hidden detail goes in anytime that there is something that from the angle you're looking at you can't actually see, but it is part of the object that you're looking at. So that's then your knowing how to find your end elevation, whether it's on the left hand side or the right hand side, and your hidden detail.